and I was born in a little place called Nuhaka between Wairoa and Gisborne. There were 7 of us, 6 brothers and myself. So as our family got older, and it was obvious that there was no opportunities in the country, we moved to the city area. And I did part-time studies at university, and then I chose to have a family. So to supplement the income, I used to do all sorts of things like cooking hot chips, working in fish and chip shops. And then as the children got older and started to go to school, well, I decided to go back to full-time work, and it started in the post office. I didn't know who Compass was, and I had been on the Housing New Zealand listing for about, say, 6 months. Right. At first, I declined it in the first minute. She said it was a bed sitter. Then I thought to myself, for goodness sake, Anna, they're going out of your way to help you. At least you could go over and have a look. And I was amazed. When I got here, it was fully furnished, television, the power bill was included in your payment. There was a lounge suite, bed. All I had to do was come in with my clothing and bedding. How easy is that? Why would you complain about anything like that? You know, we Polynesians and Māoris, we're very communal people. So just make up your mind that you want to fit in, and I have, and I like it. So the 9 of us in here, different nationalities, Māori, Tongan, Samoan. So, you know, the Pacific people, we know how to live successfully in the community. I'm used to communal living. And sharing actually, it's good socialising. I was a bit reluctant at first because the area wasn't familiar to me. I'm a 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock starter. Now I've got my confidence up, walk, I know where the swimming pool is. I've got my gold card for the bus, it's just around the corner, 2-minute walk. I have my independence. So I've got little to complain about.
Before I come here, I had no fix about it. I had no address to live. You know, it was a little difficult for me to, to pay the rent in the current situations, in the current market in Auckland, basically. And so it was a little difficult. I had to move around a few of my friends and family members, you know, and I, in a period of about a year, you know, I kind of exhausted, you know, the patience and the hospitalities of my friends and families. I kind of live here for 3 months and then I move on to for another 3 months. No sense of belonging, you know, because the house belongs to others, you know, and there was no independence. But the moment I received the call that Compass Housing is going to offer me a house, I was elated. I was over the moon. And I was grateful that it's finally come. And that was the moment for me, that was the moment that I felt great about myself, that somebody cared. And when I come here, I learn greater things. You know, I felt that the sense of of security, you know, and independence, freedom, and you know, not only that, internet technology was one thing that it was like blew me away, because I see the internet technology is my way out, you know, based on the fact that I'm unable to be a part of the workforce. Internet technology is the way of the future. That's how I see it. And you know, before I moved here, I have, you know, I because of my injuries and my inability to get back to the workforce, there's only one choice: re-educated myself, continue education.
My name is Haliasi Uoliu Cornelio. I'm a Niue. I'm 62 years old now. Not yet. May. Will be 62. So last year, I moved out from there. So around about 4 to 5 years, I've been in that house. Too much money I had to pay on the rent. But it's only me by myself to pay my own rent, pay the power, pay the phone, and I'm struggle about my bus fare, and I had to struggle on my power and my phone too. That money will become like I only have to get $390 a week, but the rent is $420 a week. Yeah. So when am I gonna go and look for a full-time job? But I'm nearly 62 this year. I had to ring my auntie in Pukekohe for a help. Always ring me to say, "Are you alright?" And I said, "The only thing I'm struggling is my rent." So they always come and bring me money, food, whatever I want in the kapare. That's very good to my auntie. And that's how I survive. And my family was shocked when they said, "How did you get into this area?" Or "How did you get?" I said, "I had no idea. I don't know. I know nothing." But I was so surprised when I walked in here. In here now, I'm quite happy where I am. Indeed. I was so surprised. I never think that I will be like this. And you know what they're calling me? "Hello, princess" or "queen." And I said to my family, mostly to my people in church. And I walk in, "Oh, here comes the queen."
Home away from home. You know, I feel so humble to be amongst a lot of good friends. I've met a lot of good friends here. I was overwhelmed. Because it was all furnished, and all I had to really do was take my blankets and my clothing, and what else could you ask for? You know, it was all done for me. Then my daughter who I was living with, she was overwhelmed for me because she knew I was. Like I've got my daughter down here in my mokopuna, and I can't go away from them because, you know, it's sort of, I don't really want to leave them. My family up here, they're alright, but my daughter, I'd rather live with her. She's my rock. Let's put it that way. I don't think that anytime I go back it will be in a box, I suppose. I'm in a hurry.
No hurry for that. We don't want that to happen either.
My growing up, you know, and just listening to them play the old music, and I sort of got motivated into playing instruments through listening to them, and it's still embedded in me. So I'll carry on the legacy. And I hope my kids can take it off me. Yeah, even when I go away, my mates miss me. They go, "Kid, where you been?" Oh, I've been in hospital, I've been staying at my daughter's. So she looks after me. They adore me. That's probably dead. Yeah, and I'm so humbled to have my daughter as my wife.